Coming up in Primetime Sports Wednesday, hold your horses, JFF election saga deepens, and putting up resistance. Inexperienced West Indies show fight against Australia in the first test in Adelaide.
Good evening, I am Jermaine Brown, and the details of these and more when we return. And welcome back. Football is where we begin. More breaches have been found in the JFF election process, with the appeals committee ruling in favor of the Raymond Anderson-led team in regards to 2 of the 8 grounds of appeal. It follows an injunction being placed on the voting Congress by the Supreme Court last Friday.
Hot on the heels of the court and FIFA's ruling that the JFF Electoral Congress, which was due last Sunday, be put on hold, the JFF Election Appeals Committee has added more fuel to the fire that certain procedures in accordance with the JFF statutes were not followed. The committee ruled that if the parishes of Trelawney, St. James, Hanover, Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth and Manchester are not fully compliant at the time of Congress, including being a registered legal body, their votes should be distributed. The committee also ruled that the Referees Association and the Intercollegiate Sports Association are members of the JFF under Article 12, and they can only be removed by way of suspension, expulsion or resignation. The question of their status and their qualification to vote at Congress is one entirely for the Electoral Committee and not for the board, according to the Appeals Committee. As it relates to whether President Ricketts, who was found guilty of discrimination by the courts, is eligible to contest the election following the court ruling in 2022, which ended in a default judgment in favor of another stakeholder, the committee ruled that the matter in court does not automatically disqualify any candidate and that the decision to disqualify lies with the Electoral Committee, taking all things into consideration and guided by Annex A of the Constitution. As to whether the position of Chairman of the Electoral Committee, Chris Samuda, who is also the President of the JOA, is a conflict of interest, the committee said that this ground fails, and they found that the circumstances are not such that they could interfere. Last week's Supreme Court ruling came after Beach Soccer Jamaica filed an injunction claiming disenfranchisement. FIFA consequently stepped in, asking to put on hold any electoral process until they fully analyze the context based on JFF's statutes and regulations. The world governing body went further to say that CONCACAF and FIFA will contact the JFF to discuss the situation and agree on a roadmap in line with the FIFA statutes and good governance principles. Jordan Fort, TVJ Sports.
All right, let's head to the field of play now. Cavalier are now the new leaders of the Ray and Nephew Jamaica Premier League following their 1-0 win over Harbour View at the Anthony Spaulding Sports Complex on Wednesday. Jerome McCleary scored the lone goal of the game in the 78th minute as Cavalier moved to 30 points. Mount Pleasant Football Academy started the day on top, but were relieved of their position after a 1-1 draw with Portmore United at the Ferdinand Park. Stephen Young gave Portmore a 15th minute lead, but that was cancelled out 5 minutes into stoppage time by Daniel Green for Mount Pleasant.
We're satisfied that I think we deserve something out of the game. I think we control the game for most part, and what let us down this afternoon was in the final third. We think we need to exercise a bit more patience.
I mean, disappointed. This is a third game like this. We have given up goals and 2 points in the last 6 minutes of game in extra time. So it's very disappointed. We have to learn to kill off games, and today was an example in terms of a game that we should have put away.
Elsewhere on the day, Montego Bay United registered back-to-back wins after beating Limehall Academy 3-0 at Westport Park. Owen Gordon, in his first game back in the league, scored a 19th minute opener. O'Day Nish doubled their lead with a 32nd minute goal. And Brian Brown put the seal on the win when he made it 3-0 with 8 minutes remaining in the encounter.
First of all, with the 3 points, of course, the performance, we need a lot of room to improve because the new players just arrived. They gelling with the rest of the group. So, but if you consider that the match in the first round we drew with them 0-0.
And it's now 9 defeats on the trot for Treasure Beach, who went down 1-0 to Humble Lion. James Thomas scored the decisive goal in the 83rd minute.
Feeling really down. Again, we lost the game the next 70 plus minutes. We just give up an easy chance kicking the ball towards the goal. Play good in the first half, play good in the second half up to the 68th minute. And eventually we just give up again.
Elsewhere on the day, Dean Pennycook's 14th minute goal gave Tivoli Gardens a 1-0 win over Waterhouse at Jewsland. TVJ Sports understands that the Center for Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse, CISOCA, has launched an investigation into a coach at a high school. Head of CISOCA, Senior Superintendent Maldria Jones-Williams, confirmed with the TVJ Sports on Wednesday that her team is investigating the coach for grievous sexual assault of a minor. It follows an official report from the parent of the underage student athlete and principal of the school. The principal confirmed that the coach was not a teacher at the institution, but says he has also been reported to the Ministry of Education. The principal confirmed that the coach in question has since been fired. SSP Jones-Williams also advised that the coach is aware of the investigation. Right then, we take a halftime break and come back with lots more. Stay tuned.